Hey, what's up? It's DJ. Today we're taking a look at all of the harvesting equipment in Farming Simulator 25. We'll be covering combine harvesting and forage harvesting. Both of those categories we will be covering, at least the harvesting bits. The category of levelers and silo compaction and consumables don't really apply here. Let's start with a Massey Ferguson MF8570. This is the base game starting piece of equipment for harvesting. I was so excited to see this in there. We've got wheel brand and tires as well as our license plate. We'll do all of the combines first and then we'll show you all of the grain and corn heads after that. So next is the Claas Evian 450 wheel brands and tires there as well. Next is the Massey Ferguson Beta 7360 AL4. This bad boy's got a pretty cool party piece, as does the 5275 CSL from Fendt. Next up is our Case IH Axoflow 7150. Actually got to drive the 7250 not long ago. Of course, we've known about the John Deere S7. This is pretty sweet. A couple different things. We do have crawler track and we've got crawler tracks broad on here. We also have a couple different designs for US and EU. Not everything has that. Next up is our Claas Lexion 6900. On here, of course, wheels and tires. The John Deere X9 1100 wheel setups for US and EU, and we even have a couple different pipe design options. I was trying to see if we had any track options or regular wheels, but it looks like everything is a track. And you can't forget about the Lexion 8900. We also have the 88 in there if you want to go back and forth. In New Holland, the CR11. We do have crawler tracks for that, which is very cool. We do have a design for camouflage. That is super neat as well. Plus, we have pipe for long and short. If you got the pre-orders, well, you probably saw this, the CR11 Gold Edition. It's exact same setup. However, all of the colored parts that we could change on the other to do camo, well, this one's gold. And your last combine harvester, of course, is the Case IH AF11, the big boy. This one's also got quite a few different setups for everything. I was gonna try and find some tracks. There we go. In Michelin. I knew they were around there somewhere. Plus, we have a short and long setup for the pipe. Now, taking a look at our grain heads. These we could probably just fly through pretty quickly. Of course, we've got one for the Massey Ferguson 8570. That's a 6 meter. One for the Claas right here. It's a 6.2. Massey Ferguson at 7.6, as well as a Fendt version of that. For the Case IH 7150, we have a 7.5 meter working with header, as well as an 8.5 meter working with. For the S7, we've got a US and EU version on a header. Super cool there. 10.7 meter working with on that one. For one of the Claas, we have the 1080, the 10.8 meter. For our X9, we've got the 13.7. That's the HD 45X. For our big Lexion, the 13.8 meter, we also have a big old boy, the 15.2 meter HD 50F for the X9 as well. Very cool there. Some stuff from MacDon. So in here, you can see the this is from the MacDon pack. It is not branded for Case IH, so it is a pre-order, so if you're watching this at the very, very beginning, you may or may not have this. This is from the MacDon pack itself. Transport wheels, yes or no on this one, which is great to see, I must say. And we've also got design for US and EU, and then we could change up the design color on the end. So let's say that you wanted to do Case IH red, you could do that. You're totally fine. 15.2 meter work with on that one. But there is a Case branded version of this. There's also a New Holland branded version of this. Those go with the CR and AF11s respectively. We've got a version that matches our gold. And lastly, a 12.5 meter working with on the MacDon. The Flex Draper, the FD140. As far as corn headers, well, we've got few, not a massive setup here. So we start off with the Case IH 4408, 6 meter working with there. Capello's got a 6 meter working with on there. Gearing off as a 9 meter. We could change those colors up to match up, which is very nice. Thank you for matching the yellows for the New Holland from me and the community. We also have the big 4418 from Case IH, 10 meter working with there. And we've got the New Holland version to match up with that. Big John Deere, 12 meters, the C16F, and as you were expecting to see right here, the DjGoHam North Star 1830, 13-meter corn head right there, and we could change it up, which is beautiful. Now, next is a fun one because we have special headers. This is where, like, special stuff's gonna go. I don't know, man. In here, we have a sunflower header, the DjGoHam Sunlight 40. As a matter of fact, there was somebody that was talking to me a few days ago saying, hey, I bet this is gonna be in the game. And I had to keep my mouth shut until just now. So if you said that, you know who you are, and congratulations, you win a cookie. And we've got all the different colors here as well. Actually, I'd like to see what the case looks like. Very cool. Over here, we have the Milo Star. This was one that we made a big deal about in the Farm Sim Show podcast. This bad boy right here, oh yes, sorghum. Sorghum only, as a matter of fact. It is a 12.3 meter working with sorghum header. I don't really know what the benefits of having this versus another one other than the 8 mile per hour working speed versus 6. It's something we're definitely going to have to sit down and take a look at. And lastly, the MacDon, the PW8. This is from the MacDon pack. Again, if you don't have that, you're not going to see this. We could change up that stripe on the side, but that's pretty much it. And we have rim colors. Taking a look at the header trailers quickly, we've got the Massey Ferguson, then we have a bunch of Nardi headers, and for the high end, we have the Demco, which is super cool to see that part of the base game. And of course, in windrowing equipment, we've already seen 2 pieces from MacDon here, the other 3 from that pack, the MacDon M1240. This is going to be your machine. We also have the 1170, which I will say is very cool, but the 1240's got a bigger engine. Of course, different sets of wheel brands. I've done a full video showcasing this, so make sure that you check that out. It also may not be out by the time this video is out at release, but if you're watching it down the road, of course it's there. We also have this guy. This is your swather. Transport wheels on this as well, which is so fantastic. That is invaluable, having those transport wheels on there. And then we have this guy, the MacDon R216 SP, baby! Perfect setup. Oh yeah. Now that was all of our combining and swathing, so let's talk about this stuff right here, our forage harvesters. This is the Lakotech LH2. Now, if you don't know how this works, this is going to hook up via a 3-point, and on the other side is where your header goes, usually used with smaller stuff. So if you want to do forage, but you only have a tractor, well, this is what you would use it with. As far as our harvesters themselves, we have the Fendt Katana, wheels and tires. We also have a pipe option there if you need to go for it. Over there at John Deere, pretty similar story here. You go all the way up to the 9900, which is great. It's 9000 series, which is a beautiful forage harvester. Same setup here. You're going to see that kind of going back and forth between all of these. As far as your New Holland, it is what it is. You cannot extend that pipe any more than it is there. Now, with this one, you can do a little bit more. So you've got the unstoppable version, which I absolutely love. I love seeing Giant Software adding some fun, different versions to the base game. And here they've done that. We've also got a silage additive tank, which is not always available. And we've got even different pipe options. That's so cool. Great job on the class. And lastly, from Krone, of course, the Big X 1180. We saw this in fact sheets. And we also have wheels and tires and a pipe option. As for headers, there are a lot of different ones to choose from. Each one kind of matches something, or you could just go with Kemper and it works with everything. So we do have a Kloss pickup at 3 meters, a Kemper pickup at 3 meters, a John Deere pickup, you guessed it, 3 meters, and a Krone pickup at 3 meters. As far as mowers, we've only got a pair of them. We've got Kloss, which is a 5 meter, and we've also got that with canola knives, which is very, very cool. And we can change it up, go over here to Krone, a 6.2 meter. Very nice. If you're doing poplars, this is the machine for you. The 130FB. It's been the same ever since we started. I just never remember what it is. I never use this thing. Anyway, 2 meters, 4 miles an hour on that one. And then we've got a bunch of headers here. So you've got the Lakotech. We also have Kloss, Krone, New Holland, John Deere. So make sure you're using the correct setup here so that it fits. Then you've got the John Deere. They know what you're going to use there. And then we have New Holland. Again, through there, all of these they're going to assume you're using, that stuff. So really, Kemper is the only thing that's a little bit different. And you're going to be using those in, 4.5, sorry, a 5 meter, 6 meters, 7.5, and 9 meter versions. We also have the Orbis, which folds up. It's kind of cool. We also have the Unstoppable logo on there, 9 meter on there. And then from Krone, we also have a 9 meter here. So a couple different setups for those. Otherwise, it is what it is. I'm really, really digging this option, or those offerings. Then for headers, if you've got the Kloss mower, go with that. If you've got the Krone mower, go with that. And if you've got any of the Kemper stuff, go with this. Make sure you choose the one where it's most suitable, and it's going to make things nice and easy when you're transporting from the field. Now, there's a lot more to harvesters than just doing grains and corn. You also have things like these, where we've actually got harvesters that are pulled behind. We also have this big guy, which runs all of your vegetable crops. Plus, we've got stuff for running spinach, green beans, and peas. Not to mention rice. Can't forget about rice. And just a quick overview, if you are returning to Farming Simulator, these should look very familiar to you, as they're about 5 years old at this point. And this one's going on over 6. As for olive harvesting, we have Gregoire and New Holland. This is a newer setup. We've never seen this as part of the base game before. It's pretty cool. 3,000 to 4,000 liter capacities on there, different engine options, wheels and tires, and then grapes or olives. So you're going to find this in the olive harvester, but that just kind of is what it is. And then you've got it, I think, over here as well. So you could just see that, move it over to olives, you're good to go. Euro grape liner, that was a DLC item, which you had to pay for. It was like $2, something like that. Well, now it's part of the base game, as well as the New Holland Broad, as well as the Broad X Olive. Wood harvesting's a little bit different. We're not going to talk about that in this video, but I just wanted to kind of go over it just a little bit, just so you see it. And then that brings us here. Thank you for hanging out with me. Hope you enjoyed the video. Drop a like on it. Get subscribed if you're new. Join the GoHam fam. Double check out notification bell. That way, when I release new videos, you are the first to know about them. Hope you have an awesome day, and I'll see you in the next one.